Hello, everyone. In today's video, we're going to be answering one of those classic questions that comes up every once in a while. And it's, why are my facilities not just shooting at things? Now, this is one of those things that are kind of subtle, and it's one of those bits where it should be pretty straightforward, it makes sense, but doesn't quite make sense, and there's some context and some WRA stuff, which makes it a little challenging. So, let's go ahead and take a look at our scenario today. So we have, of course, the BB-61 Iowa. Yes, that Iowa battleship. And of course, down here we have a bunch of fortifications. We've managed to throw in quite a few here. We have 130 millimeter cannons, more than in range of a battleship here. And you're probably observing that neither one of these are exchanging fire with you. Of course, you're sitting there going, well, at this point, you should be taking pot shots at this one, and this one, they should be taking pot shots at this one, and they should be having a heck of an old time like that. So initially, you're going to say, well, there has to be a reason for that, and it probably has something to do with my WRA. Okay, let's take a look. I'm going to control F9. I'm going to go up to WRA here. I'm going to go take a quick look. Let's see here. Surface contacts. Okay, positively identified. Okay, we've done that. So that's checked out here. All right, looks good here. Looks good here. Let's head over to the weapon release authorization. Let's scroll down to, let's see, we have the 406 millimeters, 18-inch guns. And let's see what we have here. Automatic firing range, firing. Let's scroll down. Land contact, automatic. Okay, automatic fire. Whatever we have for specialized, everything looks perfectly fine down here. Now you're going, but I've set everything correctly. This should work. It should work. As a matter of fact, if I pressed F1 and I clicked on one of these guys, my battleship would start shooting away just like that without any difficulty. And it's actually pretty fun to watch these because you'll watch them accelerate and then they arc back down and then they start raining death and destruction. Keep in mind, this is not one shot at a time. It's actually very fun to watch this. So I'm just going to kind of appreciate the fireworks here. Oh, annihilated. And you'll probably also notice if I switch back to the other team there and I grab my group here, press F1 and go ahead and click on them, they will more than happily start returning fire here. But again, they have the same style WRA that we had on the other side. My poor battleship's about to get hammered here. It's okay, you can take it, you can take it. Shoot back, shoot back. Make sure when you hit F1 you actually do that correctly here. Let's see here, F1, left click. There we go. There it goes. And now the fireworks are exchanging back and forth. And you can see my battleship, it's a little worse for wear here. 130 millimeter cannons are actually surprisingly effective against this. And yes, it's got tomahawks and stuff like that. But that's not the point of my demonstration. So how do we fix this? So I'm going to go back and reload the scenario real fast. Yeah, we'll be on blue side here because why not? Of course, I probably got my blues and my reds backwards, which I do almost every time. And nope, looks like we got it right today. So I'm going to press spacebar and we're going to get rolling again. So the initial instinct to fix this, so Control Shift F9 here. I'm going to go up to surface. I'm going to go ahead and say free, which now means they can just go to town whenever they're feeling it. All right. Nah, that's not going to do it for us either. The reason, again, is because surface targets are opportunity targets or manual targets only. That means anything that is a surface target will not be engaged unless you tell it to be engaged, or it's allowed to do opportunity fire. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Control F9. We're going to come down here, and there's this lovely button that says Engage Opportunity Targets. I'm going to say, yeah, go right ahead. So what's going to happen now is our battleship is going to start loading up all its big shells. It's going to start calculating firing solutions, and you can see it very, very happily starts popping those really, really large caliber guys right into our little defensive fortifications that you see down there. One thing you're probably also observing is the fact that even though it's happily firing away, none of those bunkers are defending themselves. And you can see my battleship happily is enjoying his little battle here. So I'm going to go ahead and head back. Keep in mind, ships versus ships, they'll always engage each other. Surface versus ships, no. Ships versus surface, no. So let's go ahead and pop this one back in again. I'm going to go ahead and press Control Shift F9 again. Go ahead and activate the opportunity targets. We're going to go ahead and head up to the top there and grab ourselves the other team. Editor, switch to, go to red team, Control Shift F9. We're going to go ahead and say, yeah, go nuts. Okay. Now we're actually going to get some show of fireworks. On pause. Battleship's going to be sitting there. He's immediately spotted all those fortifications. Meanwhile, all of our fortifications are sitting there slamming their 130 millimeter projectiles into the breach. The guys are sitting there cranking on the little wheels. The rangefinder guys are sitting there basically working out the range and the angles and everything like that. And they're preparing to fire. So let's go ahead over to the other team real quick. I'm going to go ahead and click any of these real fast, and we can kind of see what's going on here. Shift F1, if I click on it, you'll notice that we have a 163-second time delay. The reason for that delay, by the way, is because they actually have to load the gun. They have to calculate the range, which for those of you who are uninitiated to range calculation with visual means, it's an experience. It's an experience. But you can see at this point, the battleship is just having a good old time here, just kind of blowing everything. I can see, now the battle begins. And you can see our Iowas going at it here. It's actually pretty entertaining because I've got a lot of points in the Iowa being able to survive all this. But if something important and expensive gets hit, our Iowa is going to be right out of the fight here. And I'm kind of getting the feeling like something expensive or important got hit on the Iowa. So let's go take a look at him real fast and see how he's doing. Just on principle here. Let's see what got hit. What got hit? Let's see. We probably lost one of our 406s. No, we only lost one of our 406s. That's probably an issue where we're having to reload here. Let's see what we have here. Are we a little out of range? Yeah, everything's out of range. Does not surprise me. And the 406's weapon is reloading. That's right. They are kind of battleship guns. I guess they do take a minute. Continue the battle, I say. Of course, this is stupid. You'd never turn into the guy like that. If you turn into him like that, yes, you get a smaller profile target for those of you who are big fans of old school. But unfortunately, now you're masking your rear guns, which can't fire. And that can be pretty problematic when it's really, really critical to be able to hit with your really, really big stuff here. There we go. Only in command. Ta-da! As I said, I fully expected the battleship to survive that. Now, what I'm really, really curious about, and this is one of those fun things. I know this has nothing to do with what I'm explaining. Oh, they still got to fix that. You'll notice here that we went through this much ammunition to, actually, they went through that much. That's 468 rounds of 130 millimeter. But here's the joke. Look at how much I went through as a battleship. As a matter of fact, I've already hit them out of my magazines real quick. Let's say this one real fast. Okay, so it's not going to tell me exactly. I'd have to actually look and break it down individually. But you can see I've gone through, 3/4 of my ammunition so far. But other than that, the key thing to take away is when you do your WRA, you need that opportunity targets if you want them just to go willy-nilly. Keep in mind, when you do that with aircraft, they go willy-nilly, even if it's something stupid like a building or a hut. So keep that in mind. Enjoy.